Jackson for the point. Back to better through the block end down. Hill goal. Active pass. He'll look to fire deep and intercepted. Stretchy, diving, he's in.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
Here in Central Valley for the first Your Live Event volleyball broadcast in the month of October, as we get set to see two Region 2 teams battle it out in order to keep their playoff hopes alive, as we will see the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies take on Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. The Irie Insurance pregame and more when we come back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband, voice, TV. 1-800-457-2125.
This week, the Hillsboro Cafe is celebrating their 4th anniversary. Come on in, get some great food, everything from a hearty meal to a sweet treat. Dine in, take out, call ahead, curbside delivery, all available from the Hillsboro Cafe. Call 701-636-2073. The Hillsboro Cafe is open through Friday this week, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. And they're also back open on Saturdays. The Hillsboro Cafe is now open Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Come on in, celebrate the 4th anniversary this week at the Hillsboro Cafe.
Get the dairy products, non-dairy products, frozen seafood, meat items, and more delivered to your door from Teak, the Udder Guy at Hillsboro Dairy. Call 701-436-5877. He will bring it right to your door. Hillsboro, Grandin, Pearlie, Hendrum, Borup, Ada, Climax, Shelley, Lockhart, east of Ada to the Twin Valley addresses and around the area. Hillsboro Dairy delivering right to your door. 701-436-5877.
You may know that Big Tex Trailers already offers you industry-leading features like mega ramps, HD suspension, and the all-new hydraulic dovetail. Every time you hook on, know that your Big Tex is up for the job. See Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro to find out what owning a Big Tex can do for you. Shop the full line of Big Tex products from ATV trailers to goosenecks to dump trailers and more. Visit your Big Tex dealer, Bloomfield Enterprises, Hillsboro. Contact him at 701-430-0877.
Welcome back here to our broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com. I'm Jared Peralta alongside Derek Zimmerman-Geyer. We'll be bringing him in shortly. And Mark Forsyth running the camera for us here in Central Valley. Tonight's Class B Region 2 volleyball matchup pits Park River Fordville-Lankin against Hillsboro Central Valley, as both teams are looking to keep their playoff hopes alive in what is a very big matchup, as this game in the standings is worth 2 points, as this will be the only time these two programs face off against each other this season. Here on the Irie Insurance pregame show, for all your insurance needs, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. We had a moment to sit down and talk with head coach of the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies, head coach Nicole Bartholomew, about what she thought coming into the quick turnaround after playing in the Laker Invite this past weekend, and what are going to be some of her keys for tonight's matchup. Here on Your Live Event with head coach of the Park River Fordville Aggies, Nicole Bartholomew. Coach, quick turnaround tonight. You played in the Laker Invite, and what have been the biggest adjustments for you guys, especially considering you haven't had the time to practice and more, or a lot of time to practice for tonight?
Yeah, I think we're just taking what we learned from this weekend. I mean, that tournament has some of the toughest teams in the state that we've had to play against, and so being able to play at that level and compete with them, we just wanted to take what we did there and just continue it on and just do what we were doing this weekend here tonight.
And what were the biggest keys or strengths that you saw from that last week? And you played a couple close ones, and one of them ended up in a tie. I mean, what were the biggest strengths?
Yeah, I mean, being able to tie with rugby, we were really close to Dickinson Trinity. Just playing quick and playing really good defense, and then our hitters being able to finish plays is a big thing for us. And then, I mean, that gets everybody excited. A big kill, big block gets everybody excited and just elevates everybody's level of play.
And looking at the standings so far, Park River Fordville is in the middle of a three-way tie for that fourth spot. And has that been in the back of your minds? Is it one of those things you take it one game at a time?
Yeah, we try not to. I mean, the girls know what the standings are. They check, but we don't really talk about a lot of practice. I tell them every game, the game we play tonight is the most important game of the season. So tonight, it doesn't matter what the rankings are. Our biggest game of the year is tonight. So we try and just take it one step at a time, and then because we know we've set some goals for ourselves, and the only way we're going to accomplish them is if we play our best each night. So. And
looking at the team as a whole, how have they been looking health-wise?
Pretty good. No major. I mean, you have little things here and there all the time, a jam, thumb, whatever. We have a girl home tonight, but besides that, overall, we've been pretty fortunate that way.
And looking at the past games you have played so far this season, what have been the biggest strengths from your team as a whole?
I think as a whole, we're a very quick team. They're all very athletic, and so learning to play to those strengths and play quick, play fast. We might not be the tallest team out there, but if your timing is right, they can jump and just, like I said, the quicker we play, the better we play. So we're working on getting that all the time.
Play fast, play hard, right,
exactly.
Coach? Any keys and final thoughts for tonight's game?
I think it'll be a good matchup, so I'm excited to see kind of how it plays out, and hoping we go out there to play hard and play how we're capable of playing.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Hard and fast, that is the key from head coach Nicole Bartholomew. And the Park River, Fordville-Lankin Aggies are definitely going to need to play fast against Hillsboro Central Valley, as Hillsboro Central Valley did struggle to keep up with Central Cass last week. We'll get more into that when we come back on your live event. We will hear from head coach Katie Coldness from Hillsboro Central Valley and see what she had to say in preparation for tonight's matchup here on yourliveevent.com.
Schedules can be a slippery slope. With yourliveevent.com, that's just not the case. Find schedules for select Minnesota and North Dakota high school athletics at our website. That's www.yourliveevent.com. For schedule updates, follow our social media pages. Never miss again when it comes to scheduling with Your Live Event.
The City of Hillsboro encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save money, improve comfort, and protect the environment. The utility offers rebates for Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Contact the City of Hillsboro for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
The American farmer has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Columbia Grain and Agronomy is here to help on every acre with the highest quality products and expert local service. Contact the Agronomy Centers in Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273. Columbia Grain and Agronomy, committed to cultivating growth through a diverse mix of products and expert knowledge. Contact them today and make the most of every acre. Call Climax at 218-857-2165 or our villa at 701-343-6273.
Excellent pay and a stable business. Get a sweet life and a great career with American Crystal Sugar Company. From mechanics to welders to electricians, we need motivated individuals for highly skilled positions. In addition to great benefits and room to advance your career, our work schedule gives you the personal time for everything that makes your life sweeter. Apply today at crystalsugar.com.
Back here in Central Valley, here on yourliveevent.com, and the Irie Insurance pregame show continues. Before we went on break, we heard from head coach Nicole Bartholomew of the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies. Let's turn it around and see what Hillsboro Central Valley Burros head coach Katie Coldness had to say on her thoughts coming into tonight after two tough losses last week. here on your live event with the head coach of Hillsboro Central Valley Boroughs, Katie Coldness. Now, Coach, you're coming off of 2 tough losses last week. I mean, what has been the message to the girls coming into tonight?
You know, just making sure it's our first region match here in about 2 weeks and getting out there and getting going. You know, we learned a lot from those 2 matches, 2 very good teams last week, and they worked hard at practice, and they're just ready. They're itching to get back on the court and play the game.
And you mentioned this is one of your first region matches in a couple weeks, and you guys are still in the dead middle of the playoff hunts. I mean, what has helped you, or excuse me, what's gotten you to a point where these next matches matter moving down the line?
You know, it's big. There's a lot of teams right there in the middle that are fighting for those spots, those top ones to hopefully host or even get into that region tournament. And the girls know they know they need to go out there and compete because it's going to be the team that wants it more. You know, we're all very similar with different strengths, different weaknesses, but we kind of go out there and control. That's one thing I say every night, and just execute and play to win.
And speaking of control, you may have lost, but last week in the serve-receive, you definitely were able to control a lot of that. Several of your players in the Central Cass game had double-digit service points. How has the serve-receive game played a factor these past few matchups?
You know, our serve-receive is huge. You need to make sure that you get the ball up so that we can run an offense, and when we're able to, it goes very, very well. You know, getting all 3 coming in at one point and then having the setter make that decision and choosing that right one, and those girls just coming in hitting hard and confident. That's a big thing that we've been working on this past week as well. You know, especially playing with Northern Cass and Central Cass, they had a quicker offense, and we saw our block was slow, but we also needed to pick up our offense to get around their block, and I thought the girls have done that well, so we need that serve-receive pass there so that we can have that initial contact and hopefully get a couple more opportunities if they give us a free ball or something afterwards.
And you're now in the middle of the season. How's the team looking health-wise?
You know, good. I knock on wood. We're doing pretty well. We had a girl go down at the beginning of the season with a knee injury, and she still hasn't returned. She's, you know, getting it all better. Hopefully soon she can be back. But you know, health-wise, we're good right now. A couple civils here and there, but they're ready to go. They work hard. They've been in practice. They're ready to take the victory or get the W tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And any keys, final thoughts for tonight?
Nope, just serve-receive pass. That's going to be the key for us tonight, and then executing. And like I said, that mindset. Whoever's going to play to win tonight is going to take it.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Definitely serve-receive going to play a factor as Coach mentioned from their 2. Coach Katie mentioned from the 2 losses last week. The player, Hillsboro Central Valley, just was not up to speed, had trouble getting up to blocks, and they are definitely going to need to pick up the pace and get their offense going quickly against Park River Fordville-Lankin, as they like to play quick and hard. When we come back, the Irie Insurance pregame show continues here on YourLiveEvent.com.
You're never too young to start saving for your future. Dakota Heritage Bank offers the Grow With Us program. It's a young savers club with various incentives, newsletters, a higher savings rate, bonuses, and more. Contact Dakota Heritage Bank to learn more about the Grow With Us program. Dakota Heritage Bank has 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking, online banking, and bill pay. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
You asked, how will Enbridge's Line 3 replacement help keep the environment safe? Well, nothing is more important to us than the safety of the environment and the people of Minnesota. That's why we're replacing an ancient pipeline with much safer, state-of-the-art infrastructure along a route that avoids impacts to people and the environment. Safety and environmental protection are Enbridge's core values and the very foundation of our business. Learn more at enbridge.com/line3US.
Don't be fooled by that beat-up old cap. Its faded crown represents the tireless work of America's farmers and ranchers. Its sturdy brim, their dedication to providing our nation with a safe, affordable food source from sunup to sundown. They're turning quarters into the dollars that drive our rural economy. So we'd like to tip our hat to them. Farmers Union Insurance. protecting those that protect America's food source.
Contact Ryan Opdahl, Farmers Union Insurance, Hillsboro.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at fullservicefoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
Back here in Central Valley, here on YourLiveEvent.com, as we are mere moments away from first serve as Hillsboro Central Valley Burros gets set to play host against the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies. Hillsboro Central Valley looking to switch momentum into their favor. They had 2 tough losses last week, as we talked about with Coach Katie Colness in the interview. And they're going to look to turn this around and keep their playoff hopes alive. This match is worth 2 points in the NDHSAA standings, because this will be the only time Park River, Fordville-Lankin, and Hillsboro Central Valley will face off against each other this season. So there's a lot at stake here, as Hillsboro Central Valley, they are 2-1 in region play, but as Coach mentioned, they hadn't played a Region 2 matchup in over a couple weeks, bringing in Derek Zimmerman-Geyer. And Derek, you've had a chance to see a couple Hillsboro Central Valley games, and what have you noticed from the team so far that maybe Coach Katie didn't mention?
Well, she's always going to credit all of her players. No coach will ever stand out with one player, but players to look out for tonight for Hillsboro Central Valley, players like Sydney Culp, Stella Benson on the inside and outside have to get going, have to be set up well in order to catch the dub tonight versus the Aggies. Because last time out for the Burros, last Thursday versus Central Cass, no one with more than 8 kills on the night for the Burros, and that was Sydney Culp with those 8 kills. She usually has around 15 to double digits, but not a lot setting up-wise for the Burros. They did do well, as you said earlier, service points-wise. I believe 4 players in double digits with service points for the Burros against the Squirrels, but they have to have the kill side as well come into their play. And they have another tough stretch this week on Thursday when they go to Cavalier for another big Region 2 romp.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, tonight begins a week that, depending on how certain games go, on whether the Burros can get a couple wins, could potentially slingshot them to that 4th spot. It just depends on how several schools play out. Cavalier on Thursday is going to be a big one indeed, as they are currently in the 4th spot. But then you also have to deal with Grafton High School and the team in front of them, Park River, Fordville-Lankin. Definitely something that the Hillsboro Central Valley is going to want to take one game at a time. And looking at tonight, Coach Katie mentioned for the Burros that they started off slow on the blocks. Their offense couldn't really get going last Thursday, and that's definitely going to be something that has to change for tonight. Is when you're playing against the Aggies, as Coach Nicole Bartholomew said, they want to play fast and they want to strike early and often. They want to make sure they control the pace.
Well, something as the fans or us looking on the outside in, you have to take in perspective that this team won 2 matches all of 2020. 2-14 they went. Now they have a chance to bump into the top 4 in Region 2. Like you said, Park River, Fordville-Lankin at 5-10-2 overall, but 4-2 in Region 2. And on Thursday, the Burros take on the Tornadoes of Cavalier. Tornadoes at 9-7, 4-2 as well in the region. Tough stretch this week. For the Burros, for Coach Colness, they're not taking things perspective. Yeah, they're at 7-7. They can get to 8-7 tonight, above 500, but they are playing for meaningful matches come October and late October.
And meaningful matches are definitely what they're going to get, and it starts tonight in a very challenging week. But you look at Park River, Fordville-Lankin, they are in that 3-way tie with Cavalier and Grafton, so it's going to be something that they're going to want to come out strong, get the win. But with that, we're going to take one more break, and when we come back, we will move on to your American Crystal Sugar starting lineups and first serve. All the action when we return on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club supports Hillsboro Central Valley students in their school activities and encourages all students to be involved in the activities at your school. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club takes great pride in uniting the communities to support the boroughs. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club encourages everyone to promote school spirit, sportsmanship, and to support the Hillsboro Central Valley students. Go Boroughs!
Hi, this is Tatum Limke with a message from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts. Drug and alcohol abuse impact many communities. Remember that strong family values, including open communication between parents and kids, helps keep all kids healthy and drug-free. Both school districts remind parents to support the various programs and activities that your kids are involved in and be a positive influence. I encourage all students to say no to drugs and alcohol and be involved in their school and community. This message from the Hillsboro and Central Valley School Districts.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Back here in Central Valley as we will wrap up the Irie Insurance pregame show. Again, that's Irie Insurance for all your insurance needs. Visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. As the national anthem comes to a close, we get set. We will bring you your American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. Learn more about American Crystal Sugar, including career opportunities, online at crystalsugar.com. Starting with the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies, you have number one, Addie Skibixi, at the sophomore libero. Number 2, Macy McMillan, the senior setter, right setter. Number 4, Emma Markison, the junior outside hitter. Number 5, Maddie Bernhoff, the freshman setter. Number 10, Greta Wareham, the junior middle blocker. Number 11, Danny Thompson, the sophomore outside hitter. And to round it out, number 30, Ella Johnson, the junior middle blocker. Looking at the Hillsboro Central Valley Boroughs, you have number 4, Olivia Anderson, the junior outside hitter. Number 5, Molly Smeldon, the sophomore setter. Number 7, Krista Ackerman, the junior middle hitter. Number 9, Matea Ahrens, the junior outside hitter. Number 11, Stella Benson, the sophomore outside hitter. Number 12, Sydney Culp, the junior middle hitter. And to round that out, Paige Bishop, the junior designated or defensive specialist. And that is your American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. Learn more about American Crystal Sugar, including career opportunities, online at crystalsugar.com. Boroughs coming into this game at 7-7 overall, 2-1 in region play, first Region 2 matchup in a couple weeks, and they're going to look to keep momentum and keep playoff hopes alive. Park River Fordville-Lankin, on the other hand, 5-10-2 overall with 2 ties in tournaments. They are coming off the Laker invite this past weekend, and they sit 4-2 in region play. They will look to break a 3-way tie. Depending on how games for Cavalier and Grafton go, they could put themselves in a position to take that number 4 spot despite their overall record. But it'll all start with tonight, as they need this win to give themselves 2 extra points in NDHSAA standings, because this will be the only time these 2 teams will face off against each other. So a lot at stake for both teams. They want to get the win, and they want to increase their chances of going into the playoffs, giving themselves extra games. We are coming down the stretch. We are in mid-season right now, and there's still a lot of volleyball to play, but it's all going to come down to tonight, as both teams will meet at the net. Hillsboro Central Valley wearing the white uniforms with blue numberings, with their libero wearing the all blue with black letter numbering. Park River Fordville-Lankin, on the other hand, wearing all black with yellow numberings, and their libero wearing all white, or wearing the white uniform with yellow numbering as well. We get set for opening serve here, as lineups get sorted out, substitutes going to be made here. Currently out on the floor for Hillsboro Central Valley's Krista Ackerman, Stella Benson, Molly Smeldon, Sydney Culp. I'm getting blocked by the net judge here. Olivia Anderson.
Matea Aarons as well, number 9.
And Matea.
That's who you're being blocked for.
Yeah, Matea Aarons. I have the net judge right in front of me here, so this is going to be interesting. Currently out on the floor for Park River Fordville-Lankin, the Aggies, you have Addie Skibisi, Macy Macmillan, Danny Thompson, Greta Warham, and Maddie Bernhoft on the floor, or Wareham, excuse me. Back to serve for Hillsboro Central Valley. Molly Smeldon received by Emma Markison. Passed over across, hit over by Macy McMillan, and the Burrow's going to get this one over. Dug back up by the Aggies, and Ella Johnson, who's out on the floor, is going to hit that off the net, and the first point goes to the Burrows.
Good job by Aarons on the quick return to set that up as well.
Markison on the receive, set up by Bernhoft, and they're going to get that one across. Dug back up by Paige Bishop. Going across, blocked at the net. Aggies pass over to the far side, and that's going to be a kill for Macy McMillan. Going through the double block, McMillan off of the assist by Maddie Bernhoft. And Skibisi, going to send that one across, and the Burrows get that over. It'll be a kill by Sydney Culp.
You expect to see a lot of that, Jerry.
Sydney Culp, definitely one of the key players to be looking out for. She'll get her first kill of the day. Burrows back to reserve. They are up 2-1 here on the Tim Cazzette seed sale scoreboard. Dug back up by Skibisi. Trying to get that across was Greta Wareham. Blocked at the net. It still goes across, and the Burrows will be unable to get it over in 3. And that'll be a point for the Aggies.
Culp initially did a good job sending it back, just slapped it right on back across the net. And the Aggies able to recoil and shoot right back.
Macy McMillan to serve for the Aggies. Gets that across, received by Stella Benson. Going back across with it was Matea Aarons. And finding a corner is Danny Thompson, and she'll get her first kill of the night.
That was a tough one to judge. It was right at the line judge in that corner. Pinpoint.
The line judge kind of flinched, but she calls that in as McMillan gets that across. And Burrows having a little trouble. They can't get it over in 3. As it'll go off of Molly Smeldon's hands. Trying on the last-ditch effort, will be unable, and the Aggies up 4-2 in this first set. And Paige Bishop, thinking that's going to go out of play, stays inbounds, and that's a service ace for the Aggies and Macy McMillan. There's a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout ourselves here on YourLiveEvent.com. The Aggies lead the Burros 5-2.
Cruise on over to Hillsboro Body Shop, where they work on anything automotive. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. The guys combine for over 25 years of experience with professional, top quality, and timely automotive service. It's Ben and Tyrell at the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call 701-636-4981. Cars, pickups, semis, and more. If it moves and needs work, bring it over to the Hillsboro Body Shop. Call Ben Alba and Tyrell Lee, 701-636-4981. The Hillsboro Body Shop.
Back here in Central Valley on Your Live Event. Here in the first set on the Tim Cassette Seeds scoreboard. Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Call at 701-430-0877. Macy McMillan, before going into the timeout, she gets a service ace off of the misread by Paige Bishop. And that'll go well out of play. Great read there by Bishop. And that'll be a service error for the Aggies, and Burros now back to serve. Serve receive big here for the Burros. They need to take control as Sydney Kolb gets that across, dug up by Skibisi. Set up or passed over by McMillan. That'll get sent out of play by Clover Gillespie. On the attack error, Kolb back to serve yet again. Received by Thompson. McMillan sets. Thompson gets it across in 3. Dug up by Smeldon. Set by Ahrens. Put right back by Greta Wareham, and unable to catch up with it, Molly Smeldon. That'll be another point for the Aggies, as right now they're taking control 6-4. Back to serve with Danny Thompson, received by the Burros, and Kolb just going to get that across in 3. McMillan sets, and they're going to poke that one over. Greta Wareham does. The Burros just got to get it over. Kolb yet again going across. Skibisi digs it up. Just going back with it with a full head of steam with Smeldon. And Thompson going right back across. Set to the left. Trying to poke that over. Blocked by Greta Wareham. That was Sydney Kolb, it looked like, trying to finesse that over the net. Couldn't get there as she was blocked by Wareham.
And what a joust there in favor of the Aggies.
Dug back up by Ahrens. Going across, and a net violation going to be on Olivia Anderson for the Burros. So 8-4 here for the Aggies. Thompson yet again goes across, received by Benson. Set up over for Benson, as Benson will get the kill.
Before that kill, that was the second time the Aggies have scored 3 straight points in this first set, setting a good pace.
Definitely something that the Aggies want to do early. They want to set the pace so that way they can control everything, as Madison Olsen back to serve for the Burros. Dug up by Gillespie. Sent back down for the kill, Greta Wareham.
Now they have their rhythm.
And once again, when it seems like Hillsboro can get a swing and momentum, the Aggies just take it right back as Wareham is going to serve. Received by Ahrens. Olsen sets. Going across is Kolb. But that'll be dug up by the Aggies. Trying to go back across with it is Markison. And Kolb gets it over the net. Dug up by Sierra Schramm. Going down with it was Gillespie. A high arcing ball as Gillespie pokes it across. Dug back up by Kolb. And going down with it for the kill is going to be Krista Ackerman.
What an air raid by Ackerman, but We got to talk about how Chris Culp was there in the back row, dig after dig, and sending it right back with some bullets as well.
Stella Benson will send it across, and she's going to get the ace just light enough to where Addie Skibisi couldn't come up with it. And Stella Benson, for her first serve, gets an ace.
Two teams with one ace apiece.
Benson going across yet again, and that'll be another ace. Couldn't get it up by Sierra Schramm. Two aces back to back, and Burroughs making this set one very interesting as the Aggies lead 8-9. Dug up by Schramm, set by McMillan. Going down with the kill is Ella Johnson.
Just when the Burroughs had scored 3 service points in a row of their own, 3 points of their own in a row, Aggies answer right back. Again, set that pace, keep that lead favorable.
Bernhoff coming in to serve. Received by Culp. Olsen setting to the right side. Going across was Ahrens, but the Aggies can dig it up. Just getting it over is Markison. As Olsen sets to the far side. Going across with it was Molly Smeldon. And off of the net, Emma Markison can't get it over. And that'll be a kill, or that'll be a point for the Burroughs. Paige Bishop back to serve for the Burroughs. Dug up by McMillan. It's kept alive by Schramm. And Johnson just gets it over. Ahrens going across, dug up by Skibisi. Bernhoff sets and just throwing it over is Markison. And Culp, getting that off the hands of Ella Johnson, gets the kill.
Man, Culp has a cannon, and it was set up beautifully, perfectly. Superb set by Smeldon for Culp.
Bishop across, received by Skibisi. And blocked at the net, Ella Johnson. That was both Sydney Culp and Matea Ahrens on the block there. Dug back, or received by Schramm. McMillan going across, blocked, tipped at the net, but the Burroughs have to keep it alive. And it'll be 2 hits on the Burroughs, point for the Aggies. 11-11 here on the Tim Gazette Seed scoreboard. Emma Markison to serve. Received by Paige Bishop. Olsen sets, and just getting it across is Molly Smeldon. Johnson trying to set that one up for McMillan, and McMillan gets the favorable bounce off the net, and she'll get the kill.
Yeah, just teeter-totter to the top of the net, and it's hard to play that sneaky across.
Markison to serve, received by Ahrens. Olsen sets to the far side, and Culp can't get it over the net. Just a little too early on the attack there. It'll go off, and 2 quick points for the Aggies. And that'll be a service error on Bernhoft. And the Burroughs right back in it.
Burroughs took the lead there at one point for the first time since we began this match.
Olivia Anderson checking back onto the floor as Molly Smeldon will serve. Dug up by Skibisi. Bernhoff sets over for Danny Thompson, and Thompson will get the kill.
Bishop just timed that dig wrong, and looks like she lost her footing as well, the way her knee went.
Addison Skibisi back to serve for the Aggies. A very light serve received by Culp, and Culp trying to get that one over. McMillan keeps it alive. Going back across was Greta Wareham. And Smeldon just going back across. A good joust there at the net. Both Olivia Anderson and Sydney Culp were at the net and hooked it right back over. Greta Wareham couldn't recover it. And the Burroughs now just down by 1. And that'll be a service ace for Matea Ahrens.
Ahrens with the ace to tie it up. How about that?
This match being everything we were expecting as Ahrens gets it across, received by Skibisi. Bernhoff sets, and that'll be a kill for Macy McMillan as she goes through a double block.
Burroughs' second ace of the night for those keeping track at home.
Macy McMillan back to serve for the Aggies. And that'll just find the corner. Matea Ahrens couldn't catch up with it, and that'll be a service ace.
As I say that, Aggies respond with their second ace of the night. We can do that too.
McMillan going across. This time it'll be a service error. Good read by Stella Benson to follow that all the way out. And the Burros still keeping themselves in this first set, only down 16-15 against the Aggies. As Markison receives, Skibisi sets on the near side for Gillespie. Molly Smeldon sets for Culp, dug back up by Skibisi. And Greta Wareham trying to go find a spot in the back court. Won't get it. Goes out of play. Another point for the Burros. Sydney Culp to serve. Received by Emma Markison. McMillan sets, going down, dug up by Culp. Ahrens gets it across. Diving dig there for Markison. As Smeldon sets. Benson going across, dug back up by Skibisi. Thompson sets over. McMillan just gets it back across in 3. Smeldon setting. Attacking is Ackerman. And that'll be too much by Danny Thompson on the attack. Another point for the Burros.
You just feel the momentum just rallying in favor of the Burros in that rally.
And that'll be a service ace. Skibisi saved it just for a second, but Danielle Thompson, Greta Wareham couldn't catch up with it. Skibisi sets. Wareham gets it across. Smeldon keeps it alive. Benson just gets it over in 3. Gillespie going back across. Smeldon with the dig. Set up in the middle for Ackerman, who just gets it across. Danny Thompson with the favorable bounce off the net will get the kill.
Ends a 5-point streak for the Burros.
Back across is Danny Thompson, but she'll hit that too far. Service error by the Aggies.
That's some rotations coming in.
Madison Olson comes in and Sierra Schramm comes in for the Aggies.
Got to watch out for Olson behind the service line. She can get a heater going.
Olson received by Skibisi. McMillan sets, and Wareham trying to get across, dug up by Culp. And that'll be an attack by Gillespie, Olson sets up on the far side. Benson going with the attack. She'll get it through a double block, and she'll get the kill. Lost my train of thought there for a second during that rally, but I caught back up.
I don't blame you. That pancake by Olson setting up the Benson blast to give him a 3-point lead.
McMillan getting it across, dug back up by Ahrens. Olson sets. Benson just finesses that over. Set up for McMillan, and McMillan finds the corner. And that'll be a point for the Aggies.
Can hear Culp in that back row crying out. She knew that was out of reach. She's in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Greta Wareham to serve for the Aggies. Hits the net. Service error. And we will see Addison Skibisi come back onto the floor for the Aggies. Stella Benson to serve. Received by Skibisi. Schramm sets, going back across is Johnson. Olson sets on the far side and blocked at the net. The Burros kept it alive for a second.
Benson kicked it.
Yeah, but Gillespie and Johnson will get the blocks there for the Aggies. So we will see Madison Bernhoff come to serve, or Maddie Bernhoff come out, as Olson sets on the near side for Ackerman. And great saving dig by Skibisi. And another dig by Ahrens, kept alive. Olson just gets it across in 3. A couple Aggies bump into each other. McMillan gets it across. Olson passed over to Molly Smeldon and Krista Ackerman for the kill.
Once you get Ackerman activated, it can be game over real quick.
3 points till we have a winner for the first set. The Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead 22-19. And the Aggies looking to just keep this going. Ella Johnson gets it across. Smeldon's pass over to the middle. Culp getting it over through a double block, and she'll get the kill.
Culp with her left hand, her non-dominant hand, still gets enough mustard on it for the kill. My goodness.
Timeout by head coach Nicole Bartholomew. We're going to take a timeout here as well on the Tim Kazette Seed scoreboard. Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead 23-19.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
We make products that last decades. Being able to stand behind our products and having something that is so known for that is awesome.
Back here at Central Valley here on YourLiveEvent.com as set one is inching ever closer as Hillsboro Central Valley leading 23-19 on the Tim Kazette Seeds sales scoreboard. The Aggies took control early in at the beginning of the set, but the resilience of the Burros has really gave them a chance to close this one out as Paige Bishop comes back out to serve. Bishop getting that one across, dug back up by Schramm. And that'll be blocked at the net by Ackerman, or excuse me, by Matea Ahrens. So Ahrens with her second block of this set, and Paige Bishop looking to close this out. Received by Gillespie, set up by Bernhoff, going across, blocked by Colt, and that's it. The Burros take the first set, 25-19. And as we mentioned, as we come to our Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union Insurance in between set report for auto, farm, home, and business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. The first set, as Park River took the early lead. They led by as much as 6-4. Hillsboro, on the other hand, being able to come back, get two aces, bring themselves within two, 8-10, and then after tying at 11-11, Hillsboro would take a few-point lead or a one-point lead towards the end here, where they led 18-17, and from there it was all Hillsboro. 3 aces for the Burros in that first set, and that'll do it for the Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union Insurance in between set report for auto, farm, home, and business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. We'll be back with the second set here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Keep yourself healthy and take advantage of the October savings at Hillsboro Drug and Gift. Get your choice of Dayquil or NyQuil, just $6.99. Health Mart 24-count daytime multi-system liquid caps, $6.49. Health Mart Arthritis Pain topical gel is $11.99. Nature's Truth melatonin or hair, skin, nails, and collagen gummies, your choice, $7.79. Health Mart melatonin gummies, $7.49 at Hillsboro Drug and Gift, your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Hillsboro Lumber has DeWalt tools and Milwaukee Power Tools. Choose from DeWalt drills, sanders, impact drivers, hammer drills, jigsaws, skill saws, multi-tools, and all DeWalt Power Tool batteries and accessories. Hillsboro Lumber will work with you on any remodeling project, and they'll assist you with any building plans you're considering. They remind you of laminate flooring and many styles of cabinets available. Call 701-636-4301, Hillsboro Lumber in Hillsboro.
Back here in Central Valley, here on YourLiveEvent.com, as we get set for the start of set number 2. Aggies back out onto the floor, and the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros take the first set 25-19. They're looking to come away with the win here, and as mentioned in the pregame show, we'll probably continue to mention throughout the broadcast, a big matchup for tonight, not just because both teams are vying to keep their playoff hopes alive, but because this is a 2-point game in the NDHSAA standings, which is due to the fact that this will be the only time the Aggies and the Burros will see each other this season. So both teams trying to get that number 4 spot in the standings as Paige Bishop comes onto the floor for Krista Ackerman. And we will see Addie Skibisi come onto the floor for Greta Wareham.
Difference maker, I believe, in that first set, not only just Sydney Cope up front with the blocks, but also 3-2 aces in favor of the Burros.
Yeah, serve receive, a big factor for the Burros as Emma Markson gets it across, received by Bishop. Culp going across, she's going to find a spot, and she will start this off, second set off with the kill.
Just misdirection jumbo for the jolt. Culp can do it both ways. It's so fun to watch her turn it one way or the other.
Matea Aarons on the serve, received by Thompson. Johnson's going to set up for McMillan, and McMillan will put too much behind that. And I'll go out of play. Another point for the Burros. Aarons back across, received by Skibisi. Set up by Bernhoft. And Johnson too much on it, and that'll be another service point for Matea Aarons. Has 3 so far on the night, 2 in this set. Aarons received in the back row. Going back across to Danny Thompson, just finds a line. Paige Bishop on the diving effort for it, but just couldn't catch up with it.
Yeah, credit to Bishop for laying out for it with the hammer fist swipe. She's going to have a busy night back there.
Skibisi back to serve for the Aggies. Received by Benson. Smeldon sets. Culp getting it through a double block. And the Aggies with the lift, or get the lift called against them, or lift violation against them. So point for the Burros.
And Culp again? What else is new?
Culp back to serve. Received by Skibicki. McMillan sends it across. Culp dug it up. Smeldon sets. Aarons going too far on the attack error. And another sub coming onto the floor for the Aggies. Clover Gillespie comes back out. Macy McMillan will serve. McMillan received by Benson. Smeldon just getting it across. Doesn't want to set it up. Gillespie sets, and Greta Wareham on the dig by Aarons. Benson can't get it over in 3, and that'll be a 4-hit call violation on the Burros. Point to the Aggies.
Benson just mistimed that punch.
McMillan going back across, too much on it. There'll be a service error for the Aggies. Burros back to serve now. We'll see Madison Olson come back out onto the floor to serve.
Again with that Benson hit as well. Those are for left hand. Not as ambidextrous as Culp sometimes.
Received by Skibicki. And McMillan sets. Gillespie gets it over. Olson sets to the far side. Benson getting it across. Dug up by McMillan. Wareham sends it across. And Culp digs it up. The guy get it over. The Burros get it over in 3. McMillan sets. And just getting it through a double block over Gillespie. She'll get her first kill of the night. So Aggies responding quick as they are now only down by 1, 5-4 to the Burros. Olson sets for Benson. Dug back up by Thompson. As Olson just having to get it over. And that'll be a bit of a miscommunication there. Greta Wareham and Macy McMillan mistimed it. That'll be a kill for Olson.
Got a hand to the Burros. They're just pelting the Aggies each time they get with Benson, Ackerman, Aarons, and Culp.
Benson to serve, received by Skibicki. Dug up by Culp. Olson sets, going back with it through the double block is Matea Aarons. She'll get a kill, her first kill of the night.
What did I say, Jerry? Pelting them.
Benson back to serve, received by Markuson. McMillan sets, and Wareham gets it across. Olson passes back to Benson as she gets it across. Dug back up by Skibisi. Culp with the dig. Olson sets up, and that's going to be an attack error by by Krista Ackerman. Put too much juice behind that. That'll be a point for the Aggies. Danny Thompson, Greta Wareham to serve for the Aggies. And that'll hit the net, service error.
Seen that a few times now, giving the Burros more shots.
Compared to the first set, the Aggies having a little bit more difficulty when serving. Paige Bishop back out to serve for the Burros. Set up by McMillan, going across is Johnson. It'll take the bounce off the net. Madison Olsen couldn't find it. That'll be a point for the Aggies. Bernhoff backed out to serve for the Aggies. Dug back up by Ahrens. Olsen sets. Smelding getting it across. They'll go off the hands of Bernhoff, and Skibisi couldn't keep it alive. And that'll be a point for the Burros.
How about Smelding with the saw? She can serve and she can slap it across. And she'll do that right now.
Received by Skibisi. McMillan just getting it across in 2. Set up by Anderson. Culp on the attack. She finds a spot for the kill.
Starting to get well oiled for the Burros. They found their boost.
Smeldon will hit the net for the service error.
And just as I say that, they commit the same service error the Aggies have been committing in the second set.
Danny Thompson back out onto the floor for the Aggies as Emma Markison will serve. Dug up, or received by Paige Bishop. Culp passing it over to Benson, who gets it across. Dug up by Skibisi. Set in the middle. Johnson going across. She's going to hit that through a block. Culp right there, but they'll go out of play. Point for the Aggies. And the Aggies keeping these sets, or both teams really just keeping these sets interesting. As Bishop on the receive, and Benson trying to just get it across, and it'll fall just short of the net, and none of the Burros could catch up with it. That'll be another service point for Markison.
That one out of bounds to the Burros bench, and ace serve to tie it up. And a timeout.
Yeah, timeout by head coach Katie Colness. We'll take a timeout here as well on the Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. Tim Kazette Seed Sales. Call them at 701-430-0877. We'll be back here on yourliveevent.com.
The Hillsboro Vets Club is proud to be a sponsor of this broadcast, and they hope that you enjoy the coverage of the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. The Hillsboro Vets Club welcomes all fans to the Vets Club after the games. After the home football games, of course, it's pizza at the Hillsboro Vets Club. And they also want to say thank you for all of your support, including the recent corn feed, as those proceeds will benefit community, youth, and veteran activities through the community. Good luck, Burros, from everyone at the Hillsboro Vets Club.
Back here in Central Valley, coming out of the timeout here as we have a tie set. In set number 2, Hillsboro Central Valley took the first set 25-19. The Aggies looking to take the second set and even it out at 1 apiece. All tied up on the Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard, 10-10. And Emma Markison back to serve. She has two straight service points, one being a service ace. And the Aggies so far have put up or have just found a way to bring themselves back as Culp gets it across in 3. Set up by Bernhoff. McMillan trying to get across, blocked at the net. And Ella Johnson there to win that joust. She'll get the kill. Another point for the Aggies.
That's 5 straight. They take the lead.
Markison getting it across. And Johnson right there. It'll be a net violation on the Burros.
Burros are up 4-1 at one point.
Markison back across, off the hands of Johnson. Smeldon kept it alive and Culp got it over. As Bernhoff sets, and it'll be a kill for Danny Thompson.
There's libero. Bishop once again in that back row, being busy.
Markison is going to hit the net, and that'll be a service error for her.
7 straight points for the Aggies on that heater of theirs.
As Matea Aaron's set to serve, received by Skibisi. Bernhoff sets it up for McMillan to get it across. Culp trying to go back, gets it through a double block, dug up by Markison. McMillan gets it across in 3. Pass over by Anderson. Benson just poking it over. Trying to go back across. Ella Johnson with the kill. And just in a spot where no Burrows were even ready for it. I don't even think they were expecting her to just go up and slam that home.
The way Benson punched it across, it was up in the air for so long, set up perfectly for Johnson.
Skibisi gets it across. Paige Bishop receives. Smeldon sets. Culp just going back over. Dug up by Markison. Bernhoff sets. Danny Thompson going across. And Paige Bishop keeping it alive. It'll bounce off the rafters. And it'll be another point for the Aggies. Another timeout by head coach Katie Colness. We'll take a timeout here on the Tim Gazette seed sale scoreboard. The Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies lead 15-11 in set number 2.
We built Irie Insurance with one philosophy: hire great people and provide great service and options. We want to help protect your home, farm, crops, personal, and your businesses. Hello, this is Shane with Irie Insurance, and since day one, we have followed this golden rule to help protect you. That's why we have so many locations like West Fargo, Devils Lake, Hope, Hillsboro, Mackville, and Towner. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity employer and provider.
Back here in Central Valley in set number 2, the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies currently leading 15-11. Hillsboro Central Valley led by as much as 4-1 earlier in this set, but 7 straight points by the Aggies have brought themselves back into it and given them the lead as Addie Skibisi back to serve. Received by Culp. Smeldon sets. Culp going for it, and off the hands of Skibisi, Culp gets the kill.
If you ever need a turnaround, you can count on Culp over the middle with that hammer fist. My good golly.
Krista Ackerman comes back onto the floor for the Burrows as Culp sends it across. Dug back up by Skibisi. Bernhoff sets. McMillan going across, hits the net. And the Burrows now down by 2.
Credit to Coach Colness taking those well-timed timeouts to regroup her squad.
Culp, received by Skibisi. Bernhoff sets. Wareham going to hit the net, and the Aggies can't get it over as Danny Thompson tried to save that. It'll bounce off the net. That'll be another point for the Burrows. 15-14, Burrows are down by 1. Skibisi receives, set by Bernhoff, and going back with his Wareham, and the Aggies get it back across. Benson going over, and she'll find a spot for the kill.
That hits a jumbo, and that's 4 straight to tie it up. Benson eyed it and well-timed.
Culp going back across, dug up by McMillan. Bernhoff sets over for Wareham. And the Burrows just can't get it over or get it back across. And Wareham with the kill gives the Aggies the lead, and we will see Macy McMillan go back to serve for the Aggies. Received by Culp. Smeldon sets to the near side, and Olivia Anderson will just hit that off the net, going a little too early there and mistimed her hit. 2 quick points for McMillan. And she'll hit the net, service error, and the Burrows now back within it. These sets have been very interesting, close ones, as the Burrows and the Aggies really just trying to, drop my pen there. Burrows and Aggies just trying to keep themselves alive. As Smeldon sets up for Ackerman, and Ackerman with the kill.
It's a good thing you have about, 10 more pins, Jerry?
Yeah, but it was color coordinated by sets, and I lost my second set pen.
So it's the 3rd tie of the match, of this set.
Set up by McMillan, and Greta Wareham's going to get that off the hands of Ackerman, and the Aggies take the lead. Thompson will get that cross, received by Benson. Olsen sets. Ackerman going across. Skibisi on the dig. McMillan sets to the far side and just poked over by Gillespie. Benson going back across, finds a lane off the assist from Olsen.
That's one thing you can count on that far side is a Benson bash. And it ties it up. 4 ties.
As Stella Benson going back to serve for the Burros. Received by Skibisi. And going back, and Greta Wareham had the spot, and she was going to get the kill.
The way Benson dug that up, she was off balance, off key, and it just sets it up on a platter to send right back.
Wareham serves, received by Culp, and Smelding gets it across, dug back up by Wareham. McMillan sets, and too much on it by Emma Markison. And the Burros now find themselves back in this set. Paige Bishop coming back out to serve. We are tied up again. How many ties are we at now, Derek?
That makes 5, I believe.
And the Burros take the lead off the Culp kill.
Scratch that.
Off of the dig by Sierra Schramm, Culp just sends it right back with authority. Bishop serves, sends across. Johnson gets that through a double block. Olsen's there. Bishop passes over to the far side. Gonna get it over by Aarons. McMillan sets. Markison's ball is gonna go too much out of play. And the Burros now lead 21-19 as Coach Nicole Bartholomew calls a timeout. We will take a timeout as well here on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Hillsboro Central Valley leads set number 2, 21-19.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Back here at Central Valley as set 2 being a very close one. Several ties throughout this second set. Burros currently leading 21-19 on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. And the Burros looking to close this one out, take a 2-0 set lead here in this matchup. If the Burros can close this one out, they would give themselves 2 extra standing points off of the service ace by Paige Bishop. They would give themselves 2 points in the NDHSAA standings, since this is the only time that they will play Park River Fordville-Lankin, and really give themselves a shot to keep their playoff hopes alive. Park River Fordville-Lankin, on the other hand, gonna try and claw their way back. They aren't down by much, and they've shown how resilient they could be in this game. Set up by McMillan. Johnson going off the net, and Olsen can't get the dig, and that'll be a kill by Johnson. Ella Johnson with 5 kills in this second set. Really coming up big for her team. As Maddie Bernhoff will serve. Received by Benson. Olsen set up on the far side for Culp, and Culp will get the kill.
Right back into their groove. Before that point by the Aggies, the Burros had scored 4 in a row. They're 2 away from taking set 2.
Molly Smeldon back to serve. Dug back up, or received by Skibisi. Johnson sends it. Skibisi gets it over in 3. Smeldon sets up for Ackerman, and Ackerman will get the kill. Or excuse me, that's Culp again, actually, who will get the kill. Molly Smeldon. It'll bounce off of the hands of Addie Skibisi, and that'll be a service ace for Molly Smeldon. And the Burros take the second set number 2, 25-20. And second set really showing how much determination these two teams have, as we had several ties throughout the set. Both teams really trying to come away victorious. The Burros led by as much as 4-1 early in the set, but thanks to a 6 straight service point effort by Emma Markison, the Aggies were able to turn this around, bring themselves back into it, and then we would have several ties throughout, which would see a 17-17 tie, or a 15-15, 17-17, 18-18, and just so on and so forth. And after the Burros went up by 21, they took the lead and they never let go, and they closed this one out on the Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union Insurance in between sets report for auto, farm, home, and business. Visit with Ryan Opdahl at Farmers Union Insurance in Hillsboro. And looking at just some stats, Emma Markison for the Aggies, just incredible win serving, had 6 straight service points. And Ella Johnson for the Aggies getting 5 straight kills in that second set. And Sydney Culp, though, just showing why she is one of the players we mentioned in the pregame, showing how deadly she can be, putting up 7 straight service points. And that's going to do it for the Ryan Opdahl Farmers Union in between sets. Both teams coming back out as we will get set for set number 3.
Wasting no time tonight, Jerry.
They are not. Both teams want to keep up the intensity. They want to be able to either disrupt any momentum or carry momentum. The Burros looking to hold on to a 2-set lead against Park River Fordville-Lankin. The Aggies, on the other hand, looking to take set number 3 and extend the match and try and give themselves a good push later on, or give themselves a good push in the playoff standings. As we mentioned, the Aggies are currently in a 3-way tie with Grafton and Cavalier for spot number 4. But the Burros not far behind, as they have not played that many region games. This is their first region game in a couple weeks, as Molly Smeldon will serve for the Burros, dug up by Addie Skibisi. Danny Thompson gets that over the net. Smeldon with the dig. Anderson passes back to Bishop, who gets it across. McMillan right back over. Smeldon sets for Culp, and Culp will find a spot and get the kill.
Something of note to point out with this Burros squad, all 3 sets now, they have started the set with a point to take the lead.
Molly Smeldon sent back across, received by Skibisi. Ella Johnson blocked at the net, kept alive, and Danny Thompson will get this one right back over as Skibisi sends it. And he'll find a lane, or just find a spot, as that will be a point for the Aggies. I want to say that was Danny Thompson who just got that one over and managed to get that into a position where there were no Burros. Skibisi sends it across, hits the net. It'll be a service error by the Aggies. And that's something we saw a lot of to start the second set, was the Aggies having trouble on their serves. As Matea Ahrens gets it across, McMillan sets for Thompson. Dug up by Ahrens, sent right back over by Smeldon. Thompson blocked at the net. Both Olivia Anderson and Sydney Culp in the right place at the right time.
Culp is all over that stat line tonight. Blocks, kills, service points.
And the Aggies just get that one over. Benson blocked at the net by McMillan, and it'll be a net violation on the Burros, point for the Aggies. Good job there by Macy McMillan to get up, to get some air there and block what was a very, very hot Stella Benson attack.
Benson got some airtime.
Got some airtime, and she put a lot of pressure, or just spin on that ball. As McMillan gets it across, and they'll call that one out. Very close. Could have gone either way, but they're going to give the point to the Burros on the service error. And Sydney Culp goes back to serve. Dug up by Danny Thompson. A little bit of miscommunication, and Greta Wareham can't get there in time. And the Burros now lead 5-2 here on the Tim Cassette Seed sales scoreboard. Culp with another service point. As Wareham sets up for Gillespie, and she'll go put too much power behind it. And that'll be an attack error as Nicole Bartholomew for the Aggies calls a timeout. We will take a timeout as well. Here on the Tim Cassette Seed sales scoreboard, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros lead 6-2 on yourliveevent.com.
It's here at Norman County Implement, now on the lot, the new Blast of the 2021 model Versatile Delta Tracks. Call for large discount. This Versatile DT 570 with PTO, it's huge discounts, and it's now on the lot at Norman County Implement. And also arrived 2 brand new Woods 15-foot batwing mowers. Talk with Chuck O'Neill on the beet harvest equipment. Other deals getting done for other trades coming in. Norman County Implement with a new Versatile Fury for sale or rent this fall. Talk with Chuck O'Neill, Norman County Implement, Highway 9 North Ada.
Back here in Central Valley as the student section for Hillsboro Central Valley really getting hyped up, doing some celebrations.
They're playing Duck Duck Goose earlier, and apparently it's Flannel Friday this Tuesday. Look at all the flannel out there in that corner. Good golly.
Sydney Culp serve, and the Aggies can't corral it. It'll be a service ace. Emma Markison managed to keep it alive, but none of the Aggies are able to recover it, and it'll be a service. And that will be a service ace for Sydney Culp. Culp once again serving, puts too much, it'll service error. So a good timeout by head coach Nicole Bartholomew. Throws off Sydney Culp's timing when she's back there serving. Danny Thompson will serve for the Aggies. Received by Culp. Smeldon sets. Ackerman on the attack, dug up by McMillan. Gillespie sets for McMillan, who just gets it across in 3. Culp passes up to Smeldon, and Ackerman's attack goes wide. That'll be it. Or they're actually going to say touched off the fingertips of the Aggies, so that'll be a kill for Ackerman. Back out onto the floor for the Aggies is Sierra Schramm, and Madison Olson will come back onto the floor for the Burros to serve the ball. Dug up by Bernhoff. McMillan sets for Bernhoff, who gets it across too much and too wide, and it'll be a point for the Burros.
I gotta say about that flannel as well, it's like 10 different Mark Ackelsons out there.
Dug up by Bernhoff, set up by McMillan, blocked at the net. Benson and Ackerman there on the block.
What a swing for the Burros. Once again, 3 straight points. Commanding lead.
Olsen serves it across. McMillan gets it back over. Aarons passes over to Olsen. Ackerman on the attack, kept alive by McMillan. McMillan going back across. Culps passes up to Olsen, and Benson on the attack. And the Aggies just can't get that one over. Bounce off of 3 straight different Aggies players, and it will just land perfectly off of the kill for Benson. And another timeout by the Aggies. We'll take one here. The Tim Cassette Seed sales scoreboard, Hillsboro Central Valley leads 11-3.
When you need seed for your farm, contact Rocky Nedham. Nedham Seeds in Caledonia, 701-430-1149. Wheat varieties include LCS Trigger, LCS Rebel, AgriPro, SY Velda. Nedham Seeds also has barley seed and Seedex sugar beet seed, plus Pioneer corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed. Wheat, barley, corn, soybean, sunflower, alfalfa, and sugar beet seed. Nedham Seeds, Caledonia, 701-430-1149.
Back here at Central Valley as the Burros lead the Aggies 11-3 in set number 3. And the Burros now just taking control and trying to close this one out. The Aggies, on the other hand, trying to keep this game alive and send it into extra sets. The Burros wanting to close this one out and get 2 extra points in their standings as Madison Olson sends that wide on the service error. Greta Wareham back to serve for the Aggies.
Good time out there by the Aggies in that 4-point drought.
Received by Benson. Olsen sets up for Benson, who just gets it across in 3. Gillespie back over to McMillan. Olsen trying to keep it alive, and the Burros can't get it over in 3. Culp, Olsen, and Smeldon were there, but it just couldn't get it over as the Aggies now put up 2 quick points.
Just put him in an awkward position.
Wareham, serve received by Benson. Olsen sets for Benson, gets that through a double block as Wareham passes over to Bernhoft as the Aggies get it over. Ackerman going across too much, and that'll be another point for the Aggies.
Aggies respond with 3 straight of their own.
Greta Wareham doing a good job getting 2 straight service points. Benson receives. Olsen pass to the far side for Smeldon. Dug up by Schramm. And Gillespie gets it over. Culp passes it up to Ackerman. McMillan sets up in the middle for Ella Johnson. Culp back to on the dig. Olsen sets, and Benson just trying to get that over. She does as McMillan sets over for Gillespie, and that'll hit the net and point for the Burros. And an error by the Aggies gives the ball back to the Burros, who have just done a fantastic job on the serve receive tonight.
Looks like Benson's got that left hook jab down.
Dug up by Schramm. Skibisi gets it across. Olsen sets up for Culp, who just mistimed it off of and an error for the Burros gives the ball back to the Aggies. So a couple subs coming on. Hannah Halverson onto the floor. First time we're seeing her tonight for the Aggies as Maddie Bernhoft comes to. Maddie Bernhoft will serve for the Aggies. Dug up by Culp. Anderson passes over. Culp gets it across in 3. Skibisi sets. Bernhoft trying to get at one for Markuson. She gets it over. Ackerman through a double block gets the kill.
Man, it just seems like every time Ackerman gets her mitts on it, she just annihilates that volleyball. My goodness.
Halverson and Johnson couldn't keep that on Hillsboro Central Valley side. And so Ackerman gets the kill as Paige Bishop comes out to serve. Dug up by Skavisi. Set by Bernhoft. Poked over by Johnson. Blocked at the net. And Markuson gets it over. Bishop with the dig. Olsen sets. Culp on the attack, and she'll find a spot.
Can we talk about that sequence by Culp? Not only did she almost win the joust and send it back, but she put it down with authority.
Couldn't even catch up with it. Paige Bishop back to serve as Bernhoft gets it over, and the Burros weren't ready for it. Olsen and Benson diving for it, but couldn't come up with it, so that'll be a quick kill. That'll be a quick kill for Johnson. Or excuse me, Johnson. Bishop on the dig. Markuson passes back to Aarons, who will get the kill. Just quick succession. The Aggies weren't ready for it.
Aarons was off balance too, able to attack while spinning to her left, and just finds the right spot.
Molly Smeldon back to serve. Dug up by Skibisi. Johnson sets up. Halverson going back across. Bishop on the dig. And Molly Smeldon couldn't catch up with it in time. It'll be a point for the Aggies.
The recoil off that dig by Bishop just put it in no man's land where no one could grab it for the Burros.
Hattie Skibicki back to serve for the Aggies. Benson on the receive. Smeldon sets. Culp on the attack and goes through a double block for a kill.
I tell you what, when you see Culp load up for a kill shot like that over the middle, you just know what's going to go through. Through and true every time.
Aarons to serve. Wareham gets it across, dug up by Smeldon. Bishop passes back to Aarons. Dug up by Bernhoft. Halverson to the near side to Thompson. Bishop on the diving dig, but couldn't come up with it. Point for the Aggies.
Jerry, you said there were 8 kills in that second set by Culp. How many is she at in total for this match?
She is at 13 so far in the match. She has 3 in the third set.
Sounds about right.
These are unofficial stats, so be mindful.
You're official to me, Jerry.
Thank you, Derek. Bishop on the dig. Smeldon sets, and Culp just too wide on the attack. Point for the Aggies. 16-11, the Burros lead in set number 3, looking to close this one out as McMillan gets that across, dug up by Benson. Smeldon sets, Anderson blocked at the net. Anderson on the dig as Ahrens gets it back across. And she'll get the kill as the Aggies can't get it over.
I want to talk about that Culp kill attack, that kill attempt. Looks like she came down on one foot, was just off balance, also on the outside, not her usual spot.
Culp on the dig, and that'll be Culp on the serve, gets a service ace.
Well, that makes 6 now for the night for the Burros, making it count behind that service line.
Culp back to serve. Dug up by Markison. And Wareham getting it across, 2 hits by Benson. So Aggies with the point, 18-12. Aggies keeping themselves in this. They are not down by much, and they're just trying to keep up. And good play there by Greta Wareham to just knock the ball right back over for the kill.
I was just about to say, it's not as close as the first 2 sets initially, but now, just like that, we're within 5 for the Aggies.
Dug up by Ahrens. And Smeldon trying to get across. She's blocked at the net. Benson will get it finally over as McMillan sets for Wareham. Dug up by Ahrens. Smeldon pass back to Culp, who gets it over in 3. Skibissis passes up to McMillan, and Gillespie gets it over. Culp on the dig. Smeldon sets, and Culp going back across. Her and Ahrens collide while in the air. And Markison going back across. Dug up by Smeldon. Pass from Ackerman to Ahrens. And it's going to be a kill as the Aggies, a little bit of miscommunication, and Ahrens once again getting a kill off of a couple touches.
That's not the usual air raid for Ahrens. Methodical, cerebral. She loaded up for a second and just nonchalantly 2 taps it over.
Great trickery there as Madison Olsen will serve for the Burros. McMillan setting it, and Gillespie trying to go up for the attack, but it'll be a net violation. Point for the Burros. 20-13 here in the 3rd set. Burros wanting to close this one out. Dug up by Schramm. Blocked at the net. It'll be a violation by the Aggies. Another point or it'll be a 4-hit violation, by the Aggies. So another point for the Burros. We will see Jaylee Jelenik come out onto the floor for the first time tonight. As Madison Olsen looks to close this one out. Skibissi pass over to McMillan, who Wareham gets it over. Olsen sets. Ackerman on the attack. McMillan with the dig. Skibissi sets. Wareham trying to get it over. Culp on the dig. Olsen passes over to Benson, who gets it over in 3. Skibissi on digging it up. McMillan sets. Wareham on the attack. Dug up by Culp. Olsen sets up for Benson, who just sneaks that over. McMillan sets up for Gillespie, who just gets it over in 3. Olsen pass back over to Smeldon, who gets it back across. Wareham on the attack, blocked at the net, and that'll be a point for the Burros.
Good rally. Rambunctious rally. Seen a lot of those tonight.
Ackerman and Benson yet again on the block. And we will see Isabel Sunby come onto the floor for the first time today. McMillan sets, and Wareham on the attack. She'll get the kill as Ahrens couldn't come up with it.
The ends of 4 straight points for the Burros, but big reaction for Sunby right there because she's a senior.
Greta Wareham to serve for the Aggies. Down by 8, looking to claw back. Ahrens on the dig. Set up by Olsen. Benson gets it across. Great saving dig for Jelenik. Blocked at the net, and the Burros are going to win the joust. Again, Ackerman and Benson there on the block against Gillespie. The Burros 2 points away from taking the match. Benson on the serve. Dug up by Jelenik, and that'll be a service ace.
Burros 1 point away from pushing over the 500 mark.
Match point for the Burros, 24-14, wanting to close this out. Jelenik on the dig. McMillan sets, and they'll just get that one over. Olsen pass across to Smeldon, who sets up for Ahrens. Ahrens' attack is good, and that will end it. Ahrens, with her 5th kill of the night, closes the match, and the Burros take a 3-0 sweep against Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies, and the Burros move above 500. Here on the Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard, the Burros win the third set 25-14 and win the match 3-0. We will have more when we come back on yourliveevent.com.
Olson Hardware in Hillsboro welcomes you to stop in. Find all of your hardware needs. If you're doing yard and garden work, Olson Hardware has the lawn and garden tools, rakes, shovels, hose, and more, plus all of your lawn care needs too. If you're getting ready to do your outdoor projects this summer, stop by Olson Hardware, pick up your paint, stains, and all of the accessories. And if you're in need of a mattress upgrade, be sure to stop in and check out the amazing Rest Mattress. Olson Hardware can repair your major appliances too. They are your full-service hardware store, Olson Hardware in Hillsboro. Stop in today.
You can trust Paul's Hometown Repair for professional service on your vehicles, cars, vans, pickups. Bring them in to Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro. Whether it's light work such as oil changes and tune-ups, or more serious matters including transmission work and engine overhauls, they'll get the work done for you at Paul's Hometown Repair. They'll get your vehicle back on its wheels, running like new. Call 436-4676 to schedule your vehicle for service at Paul's Hometown Repair Hillsboro.
This with RDK Enterprises. We have all heard of supply chain issues and the challenges they bring. As the demand for planting equipment increases, we are trying to be as proactive as possible. RDK has secured a supply of precision planting products and maintenance parts for your planter, hopefully minimizing some of these supply chain issues. If you are planning any upgrades, repairs, or maintenance, give us a call. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Back here in Central Valley here on yourliveevent.com. Before we get set to interview a couple players from Hillsboro Central Valley, let's give you a recap of the matchup today. Hillsboro Central Valley will win the first set 25-19. A very close battle going back and forth. Serve-receive played the biggest part in that set as the Burros put up 4 service aces against Park River Fordville-Lankin. In the second set, definitely a lot closer. The Burros led by as much as 4-1, but thanks to a 7 straight point turnaround by the Aggies, they were able to take the lead in the middle of that. And then the Burros on the other side would find a way to close this one out after taking a 21-19 lead against the Aggies, and they would close out set number 2, winning 25-20. Then in the third set, it was a lot more dominant by Hillsboro Central Valley as they managed to take an early lead and really not give it up the entire set. The Aggies would claw their way back several times, but they would not be able to do too much there in the third set as the Burros would close that 25-14 here. And here with me now is Maddie Olson. Great game from you guys tonight. And what was the big thing you saw from you and your teammates?
I thought we were picking up the balls towards the end. We started a little bit slow, but once we got a few aces, we started getting those kills. Yeah, definitely. Your serve-receive played the big factor, and it seemed like the Aggies really didn't have much. How do you feel you were able to carry on the success from your serve receives last week into tonight? Once we got that good pass, we were able to set it up, and our hitters were able to kill it. We just needed the first pass right away. And looking ahead to Thursday, you have a very tough matchup where you will face Cavalier. And what's going to be the mentality going into that one, carrying over from a win tonight? We know that this win was important to move up in our standings, and same with on Thursday. If we get that win, then we'll keep moving up in our region, and that'll be big for us. Definitely something to be looking forward to. Maddie Olson, congratulations on the big win, and good luck on Thursday. Thank you. That was Maddie Olson from Hillsboro Central Valley Burros, and she ends the night with 3 service point, a kill, an assist, and 1 assist. And when we come back, we will go ahead and we will conduct the interview with Sydney Culp.
You're going to keep Sydney waiting, Jerry? All
right, we can bring her on now.
Come on,
I was going to give it a break. You're with Sydney Culp. Sydney, what was the big success for you guys out there on the floor tonight?
I feel like our mentality changed a lot throughout the game, and that kind of brought us up and we won.
Yeah, it was the first two sets were completely different from the third one. A lot closer matchup in those first two sets. What do you feel was the big turnaround where you guys were just able to take control?
I feel like we had more of the drive to go because we wanted to win, and our service receive was getting better, and we finally got to pick up all the tips and fixed our block.
Yeah, definitely blocking was key. Something that was kind of an issue last week, but a big turnaround for this week. And you know, again, looking ahead to Thursday, a big playoff matchup against Cavalier. How are you going to carry over this win over into that game on Thursday?
Just like I said before, the mentality, we need it there to have a good game, and I think we'll do that. We'll work hard during practice on service eve, and
yeah, definitely a lot of playoff implications there, but good luck to you on Thursday, and congratulations on the big win for tonight.
Thank you.
That was Sydney Culp here for Hillsboro Central Valley. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break before we go ahead and interview Katie Colness here on your live event. The Tim Gazette Seeds sales scoreboards, the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros win 3-0.
Reed Insurance, Terry Reed and Julie Larson, serving you with homeowners, farm, auto, multi-peril, crop hail. They're here to help you with the insurance you need. Located in the Right Implement Building in Hillsboro, call Julie or Terry today at Reed Insurance, 701-636-5471. Visit with Terry Reed and Julie Larson for the insurance coverage you need. You can depend on Reed Insurance.
Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro is accepting new patients. They offer patients of all ages a full range of dental services, including Clear Correct, which is an option for invisible braces, and a $99 whitening program. Dr. Rothfuss accepts multiple insurance plans, including United Concordia that was affiliated with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and all Delta dental insurances. Bring your smile to Dr. Craig Rothfuss Dental Practice in Hillsboro, and the friendly staff will help make it sparkle. Call 701-636-4244 today.
Soar Company, Highway 81 in Hillsboro, for when you need repair work done on your vehicle, need an oil change, need new tires, or need tire repair. Visit Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro. They fill LP tanks, bulk delivery of your home heating or farm fuels, and carry batteries. Call your locally owned full-service gas station, Sorum Oil Company in Hillsboro, 701-636-5356. Brad, Jody, and Blake Sorum, thank you for your business, and they look forward to continuing to serve you at Sorum Oil Company.
Back here in Central Valley as the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros come away victorious over the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies. I'm here alongside Coach Colness. And, Coach, what was the big thing you saw from your team tonight?
The finish. At the end of the sets. You know, set 1 and 2, we were behind a majority of those sets, and we had to make sure that we pushed back. We got that side out. We pushed a few points. We brought it back in, and then we finished those sets, which was huge. It's a couple things that we have been working on actually in practice. We've done a lot of drills with situations like that where the points might be that close, and we got to go out there and earn those points. And I thought the girls did a great job with that tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, looking back from last Thursday against Central Cass, you mentioned that you guys were a little bit slow to the blocks and your offense didn't get going. But once you got going here, it was a quick turnaround, and the Aggies really didn't have an answer for you.
Yeah, it was. You know, I thought it was a slow start in that front line right away tonight, but it was great to see that adjustment coming right away in that first set. I thought Culp did a great job up there, and then our outsides, our pins did a great job of not floating so that our defense can work around. And those are just a few things that they had been working on. So it was great to see them disciplined and doing that, and it allowed us to get those blocks or at least get touches and then put it back onto their side. I thought overall we did a really, really great job up front tonight.
And then looking back at the serve receive, that was a big thing because in the first set, I believe we said over almost 4 or 5 service aces to really give the Burros the lead and keep them going. How did that play a big factor?
You know, huge. We have some very strong servers, and they're all different type of servers, which is nice. You know, they have a mix in of float, and they have a mix in of some just hard, solid contacted balls, which are great. And so we're mixing it around. Their serve receive can't get used to it, and I thought our girls did a great job of placing it. Maddie Olson does a great job of putting it in that short spot with that float that just drops. It's so beautiful. And so that helped us tremendously tonight.
And you know, we look ahead to Thursday against Cavalier. What keys can you take away from tonight? What adjustments can be made moving forward for that game?
You know, keys for tonight is those adjustments that we made so quickly. You know, understand where their hitters are hitting and then setting our block there and working our defense around and doing that quickly, you know, not waiting till the second or the third set. Another thing, or one thing to work on is I think we need to have that mindset that everyone needs to be ready for that ball. After that person's contacting it, if we still have another contact on our side, I felt sometimes we hesitated or we weren't sure who was going to get that ball. And so it was great to see a couple of them step up, but we all need to be ready and we all need to want to push that ball onto their side to allow us to either get a point or to get another opportunity to score that point.
Yeah, definitely. And you look ahead to Thursday, you get the big win here, 2 points in the NDHSAA standings since you only play Park River Fordville-Lankin once this season. And another big playoff matchup on Thursday. So good luck to you, and congratulations on the win tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was head coach Katie Kolness here with us. When we come back, we will have your Enbridge player of the game, also see your Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, and see the RDK Enterprises Precision player of the game. All this and more when we come back on yourliveevent.com.
You know it takes the right decisions and the right seed for top-end yields. Count on Golden Harvest for the agronomic know-how to help you choose the right seed for top performance in your fields. In the Hillsboro area, contact Tim Cassette Seed Sales. Put Golden Harvest seed to work for you. Contact your local Golden Harvest seed advisor, Tim Cassette Seed Sales, 701-430-0877, and make every field count.
North Dakota state law requires students attending school to be up to date on immunizations that protect them from life-threatening diseases such as measles, chickenpox, mumps, or pertussis. Trail District Health Unit reminds parents to get your children all the recommended vaccinations for their health and the safety of our community. Contact Trail District Health Unit if you have any vaccination questions or if you would like to schedule an appointment. Call 701-636-4434 for Trail District Health Unit.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
Back here in Central Valley as we wrap things up here in the post-game report. Hillsboro Central Valley coming away victorious against Park River Fordville-Lankin. Aggies 3-0 in a 3-set sweep. The Burros getting some much-needed playoff momentum going their way as they have a tough matchup coming up on Thursday against Cavalier. But looking at the rest of the game, your Enbridge player of the game. Work has begun to replace Line 3, and keeping everyone safe is Enbridge's top priority. Learn more by visiting enbridge.com/line3.us, and your Enbridge player of the game is going to go to Sydney Culp. Who else? She had an outstanding game, finishing with some unofficial stats: 13 kills, 11 service points. Excuse me. 11 service points and 3 blocks. I mean, you couldn't get much better play even if you tried. Sydney Culp, your Enbridge player of the game. Moving on to the RDK Enterprises Precision player of the game. Thinking about upgrading your planter? Visit RDK Enterprises at their locations in Hillsboro and Drayton, North Dakota to learn about available rebates and financing. RDK Enterprises, planner.com. And that's going to go to Matea Ahrens, who in the game had 3 service points, 5 kills, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. And I mean, she was as precise as she needed to be when going for those kills, and hence why she is our RDK Enterprises Precision player of the game. And to look at the Halstead Telephone Telephone Company post-game connection, discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. Look up halsteadtel.com. And that connection is gonna go for Krista Ackerman and Stella Benson as they were very crucial in the end of that third set. They're putting up 3 blocks and just connecting when they needed to. And that's why they're your Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. Some final stats for tonight. Molly Smeldon finishes the night with 2 service points, a kill, and an assist. Olivia Anderson had 1 block. Krista Ackerman had 4 kills and 3 blocks. Matea Ahrens finishes the night with 3 service points, 5 kills, 1 assist, and 2 blocks. Maddie Olson will finish the night with 3 assists, 1 kill, and 3 service points, 1 kill, and 1 assist. Stella Benson will close out the night with 3 service points, 5 kills, and 3 blocks. Sydney Culp, as mentioned, had 11 service points, 13 kills, and 3 blocks. Paige Bishop will finish with 3 service points. For Park River Fordville-Lankin, the Aggies, Macy McMillan will finish the night with 6 service points, 4 kills. Emma Markison closes the night with 6 straight service points in that second set. Greta Wareham had 2 service points and 6 kills. Danielle Thompson will end the night with 6 kills herself. Clover Gillespie had 1 kill and 1 block. And Ella Johnson went on a tear in the second set, but ends the night with 7 kills and 1 block. And that's going to do it for us here in Central Valley, the Burros. Or actually, let's go ahead, Derek, take it around the league. There are more your live event broadcasts going on. What is going on around North Dakota and Minnesota on your live event?
Yeah, let's recap some coverage around here on yourliveevent.com around our coverage area. Thanks for the post-game, Jerry. Looks like Enderlin took care of Lisbon in 5 sets, 2-2, now 3-2 in favor of Enderlin. They take care of Lisbon on the Broncos' home court, 16-14, 3-2. The final in favor of Enderlin. We hop over to Holly, East Grand Forks and Holly, Section 8AA matchup, rivalry romp. I believe Holly up 2-0, and as we near the end of this stream, it looks like Holly may have taken it in 3 straight. That game on yourliveevent.com with Leaf Balkan, and I believe the Enderlin game with Joel Morgan on yourliveevent.com. Hop over back across the border to North Dakota, and another 5th set between the Deacons and the Packers. West Fargo and Shanley going at it 2-2, and also 7-7. Quite the rally they're on right now. If you want to tune into that game after our post-game report, it's quite the barn burner and looking to be an exciting finish. Excitement for the Burros tonight. 3 straight for them. And for the likes of Culp, Ackerman, Ahrens, and Benson, we are used to seeing these type of performances by these players. And we'll see them again on Cavalier. That's at Cavalier, a very pivotal point in now the mid-back half of the season with this Tornadoes squad, I believe at 9-7, and right in the thick of things, tied for 4th place with 3 other teams.
Yeah, they were tied for 4th place with Park River, Fordville-Lankin, and Grafton, but with the loss here by the Aggies, that's going to leave to a tie between Grafton and Cavalier at the moment. We will have to see how those 2 matches or how those schools played tonight and gauge how that's going to go. The Burros coming away victorious. They get 2 points in the standings, so it gives them a lot of chances to come back, and they haven't played this many Region 2 games. This is going to be the first week where they've played 2 big matchups here, and definitely something that the Burros are going to want to continue riding this momentum if they want to have a chance to take that 4th seed in Region 2.
You know what's big for the Burros? Not only 8-7 overall, a winning record for a 2-14 squad last year, but 3-1 in Region 2, and just like Cavalier, in the thick of things in the region.
Definitely something that we're all going to have to pay attention to. Derek Zimmerman Geyer and Mark Forseth. I am Jerry Peralta. This has been You have been watching a Your Live Event broadcast. Hillsboro Central Valley Burros come away victorious against the Park River Fordville-Lankin Aggies, 3-0 here. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a fantastic rest of your night. You can tune into any of the old archived games here on yourliveevent.com, or follow us on social media on Twitter at yourliveevent1. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we will see you all in the next broadcast. Have a good rest of your night.